Today, Patrick Kane is returning home, joining the Buffalo Sabres, and looking to win one final Stanley Cup to end his career. He will join Tage Thompson and Jeff Skinner on the first line in Buffalo. I mean, as it stands, he's still a 90 overall in NHL 23. He's definitely going to make an impact on this team. He is their second best forward and third best player overall. I'm also going to give you a look at their defensive support, as well as the goalies will be running. Levi will be playing in the starting position. And we are playoff bound at the end of year number one. We would finish with a 45-29-8 record, earning 98 points, finishing 7th in the entire league. The man of the hour, Patrick Kane, absolutely dominated. 108 points to lead our team, as well as leading them in goals with 51. Connor McDavid would lead the entire league in points with 121, while Matthews dominated with 72 goals. And to compare him to second, it would be Crosby with 59. And our round one opponents are the Tampa Bay Lightning, who were able to beat in 6 games and move on to the second round, where we faced the Washington Capitals, who swept their first round opponents. They might as well have swept us, as we're down 3-1. We have to win the next 3 games in a row to move on to the conference finals. I can't say I'm too confident as we jump into the sim. We're up 1-0 at the end of the first, up 2-1 at the end of the second. No production from Kane yet in this do or die game. As I say that, he scores, but they get one right back after. Looks like we are going to survive and force a game 6. Going into the third period in game 6, we are down 3-0 after Ovechkin scores 2 goals in the second. Patrick Kane gets us on the board to start the third, though, so there is a little bit of hope. Emphasis on a little bit, as they get one back not long after. Well, at least we made the playoffs, but we aren't going too far, as we'd lose in the second round in 6 games. And the Colorado Avalanche would end up winning the Stanley Cup after beating Pittsburgh in the finals in 6 games. Patrick Kane in the playoffs was our second best point producer. He had 14, Tuck had 15, and he was number 1 in goals with 6. Skinner was in second place with 5. McKinnon led the playoffs in points with 40, while Rantanen led the playoffs in goals with 17. McDavid is your Hart Trophy winner, while Brent Burns wins the James Norris Trophy. I haven't seen that one before, I won't lie. As Lady Bing goes to Patrick Kane, able to grab an award in his first season. Maselli is your Calder Trophy winner, while McKinnon grabs the Conn Smythe Trophy. Samsonov wins the Vezina and the William M. Jennings Trophy. In the year number 2, we get lucky as we steal the final playoff spot in the East, beating out the Ottawa Senators by 1 point. We finish with a 42-29-11 record, earning 95 points, finishing 11th in the entire league. Kane having a worse season than year number 1, but still doing very good. He led our team in points and goals. He had 94 points and 48 goals. Tage Thompson not scoring many goals. He didn't even have 20 this year, but he did have 87 points for second on the team. Pasta would finish on top of the league in points with 127. Matthews has decided to go back-to-back years with 70 plus goals. He'd have 71 goals this time around to lead the league, while Laine was in second with 61. We're facing off against the New York Islanders in round number 1. The first round will be decided in game 7. Period number 1, 2-0 Islanders, a bad start. And in period number 2, it doesn't get much better, as Horvat would score again. They're up 3-0. Puck gets one back with time to work with, so I can't even finish the sentence before they ruin the vibe. Nelson scores to give their 3-goal lead right back. Patrick Kane finds one. 2 goals in 6 minutes. It's possible. Doesn't seem like it's gonna happen, but it was possible, as we lose in the first round in 7 games. This kind of just feels like a slap in the face, as the Pittsburgh Penguins would win the Stanley Cup after beating Dallas in the finals in 5 games. Patrick Kane would lead our team in playoff points, even though there wasn't that many games to sample off of, but he had 8 points and 3 goals. It would be Cousins leading our team in goals in the playoffs with 4. Eichel would lead the league in playoff goals with 14, while it would be Sidney Crosby leading the league in playoff points with 32. Hart Memorial Trophy would go to Brad Marchand, while Adam Fox would win the James Norris Trophy. Connor Bedard is on the Philadelphia Flyers, and he would win the Calder Trophy, while Crosby grabs another Conn Smythe Trophy. Sorokin wins the Vezina and the William M. Jennings Trophy. In year number 3, we fell off terribly. We finished last place in the entire NHL. We had 28 wins, 46 losses, and 8 shootouts/overtime losses. Patrick Kane remains on top, so he's at least trying to help. He had 84 points to lead the team, as well as leading the team in goals once again with 35. Nathan McKinnon would lead the entire league in points with 118, while Matthews, now on the Carolina Hurricanes, still leading the league in goals. This time he did not crack 70, but he still had 64. Rematch of the first Stanley Cup final, and this time Colorado would win again, beating Pittsburgh in 7 games. So when I control Pittsburgh, we don't even win a playoff series, but when the computer controls Pittsburgh, they make it to the Cup finals 3 years in a row. including winning one. I see how it is. And just like the regular season, Nathan MacKinnon would lead the playoffs in points with 30. He would also lead it in goals with 15. Nathan MacKinnon would grab the Hart Memorial Trophy, while Adam Fox would grab back-to-back James Norris trophies. He wins it a bunch in these simulations. Beckman is your Calder Trophy winner, while MacKinnon also grabs his second Conn Smythe Trophy of the day. Vasilevsky wins the Vezina, and Vejmelka wins the William M. Jennings Trophy, now on the Winnipeg Jets. It's hard to win a Stanley Cup when you don't even make the playoffs, and that's what happened once again as we finished with a 37-41-4 record, earning 78 points for 25th in the entire league. And even when he fell all the way down to an 84 overall, Patrick Kane is still leading our team in points with 74 and in goals with 34. Johnny Hockey, Johnny Gaudreau would lead the entire league in points with 114. Matthews would finally be dethroned in goals by Kucherov, who scored 60. Matthews actually fell off really hard. I wanted to see because I didn't notice him in the top. He only scored 38 goals. And obviously no playoffs for us once again. This time the Edmonton Oilers would win in the finals after beating Carolina in 7 games. It means Connor McDavid versus Austin Matthews in the Cup final. McDavid would just beat him out by 1 game. McDavid would lead the entire playoffs in points with 35, while also leading in goals with 21. Johnny Gaudreau would grab the Hart Memorial Trophy, while John Klingberg, still on the Leafs, would win the James Norris Trophy. Can't say I was expecting that one to pop up, but here we are. Benson is your Calder Trophy winner, while McDavid wins the Conn Smythe Trophy, while Ottinger grabs the Vezina, and Hellebuck, now on Colorado, which is kind of crazy, would win the William M. Jennings Trophy. Year number 5 also goes terribly. It's looking like it's not meant to be. We'd finish 29th in the entire league. We'd have a 30-43-9 record, earning 69 points. Shout out to Patrick Kane, though, still thriving at an 82 overall. He led our team in points with 76. Led our team in goals with 32. Matthews in second place in points with 122, while Svechnikov led the league with 130, but it would be Pasternak leading the league in goals with 60. Last year, Connor McDavid won a Stanley Cup. This year, Austin Matthews is winning a Stanley Cup as the Carolina Hurricanes would beat the Winnipeg Jets in 7 games in the finals. Seth Jarvis and this guy who probably doesn't even exist in real life would lead the entire league in playoff goals with 18. Matthews dominates, leading the league in playoff points with 41. Svechnikov is your Hart Memorial Trophy winner, while Adam Fox grabs his 3rd James Norris Trophy in 4 years. And Austin Matthews would win the Conn Smythe Trophy for the first time in his career, while Saros is your Vezina Trophy winner, now playing on Edmonton. And Demko, who is now on the Seattle Kraken, would win the William M. Jennings Trophy. Honestly, I think I'm going to call it there. It doesn't seem like we're improving at all. And Patrick Kane only has 1 year left max. And like I said, he's already down to an 82 overall. I mean, he led our team in points and goals in every single season. It's not necessarily his fault, but he could not close out one final Stanley Cup win with his hometown team. That is going to be it for me today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.